Hello everybody, my name is Shankarji. Now we'll discuss chapter 8 in Civics, Rural Livelihoods. Rural livelihoods means the livelihoods of the village people, the people living in the villages, like what do they do for their living. Let's take an example of a village known as Kalpattu village. So Kalpattu village is a village which is lying close to the sea coast in the state of Tamil Nadu, in the Tamil Nadu state. Where the village people living here do many kinds of work, like say farming, then they raise cattle and they milk them, then they also make baskets, utensils, pots, brick making. Then these people also are involved in making bullock carts, horse carts, etc. So these are some of the examples. There are also other kinds of people living in the village, in the Kalpattu village. People like blacksmiths, nurses, doctors, teachers, washermen, weavers, barbers, cycle repair mechanics, etc. Also some shopkeepers and traders are there. So we'll find lots of small shops in the Kalpattu village. So agriculture is still the main occupation of most of the people, as most of the people are farmers. So let's consider another example, Thulasi. Thulasi and her husband Raman, they are laborers working in other people's agricultural lands and fields because they don't have their own agricultural lands. They are poor people, so they have to work on other people's or other farmers' agricultural fields, and they get their payment based on their work. But they get very less pay compared to the work which they do. They are paid very less. Due to this reason, they are mostly in debts. Their lives are a little bit difficult because of their less payments. But they have two daughters who are going to school, and they are the joy of their lives. All the hard work they are doing, it's for their daughters. This makes them very happy. This is an example of the lives of most of the poor farmers living in our country, India. Now we'll take an example of Sekar. Sekar is also a poor farmer. Even though he owns a small amount of land, still he has to work hard on his field, on his land, and he sells his crop produce to the village trader for cheap rates, because the village trader helps him a lot by giving him chemicals, fertilizers, pesticides, and also gives him loans whenever he requires some money for his various needs. In return for that, he has to sell his crop produce at much more cheaper rates to the village trader. There's very less margin for his profit. He is also in debt, and he is also having a hand-to-mouth existence and stressed out mostly. Due to this reason, he also works as laborer in other people's fields. In this way, most of the farmers in India are quite poor. So that's why the government of India is putting its best effort to improve the lives of the farmers of our country. So now we'll take an example of Ramalingam and Karuthamma. Ramalingam is a rich farmer who owns a lot of land, and apart from land, he also owns a rice mill and a shop selling seeds, pesticides, chemicals, etc. In this way, he is able to earn a very good income, and he is quite rich. So the rice produced in the rice mill is sold to the nearby traders at a very good profitable rates, and therefore this gives them substantial income, and he is a rich farmer. There are only few rich farmers in India. Most of the farmers are poor farmers and they are stressed out, but Ramalingam is a rich farmer, and he is living a very comfortable and happy life with his family. Now there's a very important note in this chapter. The note is terrace farming is done mostly in the state of Nagaland in India and other hilly areas. Terrace farming is also known as step farming. For example, the Cheksang community people living in the Chisami village, Nagaland, practice terrace farming regularly. Apart from the above mentioned activities in the rural livelihoods, lot of rural people or the village people depend on the forest, animal husbandry, dairy produce, fishing, etc. as well. Aruna and Paarivelan, they live in Pudupet near Kalpattu village, and their main source of livelihood is fishing. They take their boats, they go to the sea with their fishing boats and nets, they catch fish, and they sell their freshly caught fish to the local markets, and they are able to sustain their livelihood. Pudupet is just one of the examples of many fishing villages which are present in India. Like the poor farmers, even these poor fishermen, they are also quite poor. They are also under a lot of debts, and they also are living hand-to-mouth existence most of the time. Most of the people in the villages, they are not able to find enough work to keep them employed throughout the year. This is one of the biggest challenges of rural livelihoods in India. So in this way we discussed a lot of important topics in this chapter, chapter 8, Rural Livelihoods, and you can also do some Google search, and if you have any additional information you can add that to our existing knowledge which we have, and if you have any doubts or suggestions you can let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much. Have a great day.